Hey, how you doing? Adam here. I was just talking. So, this isn't anything like... actually, you have no context for that, do you? Okay, the first 15 seconds of this doesn't make any sense. Because I was just talking on the last journal about the fact that, this is just one continuous thing that I'm going to be talking on for 20 minutes because I forgot to do a journal. Well, I didn't forget, but I was just lazy about it, to do a journal yesterday. We'll see. I can't talk about things that I did today because I did the same thing today as I did on the last journal. Because I'm literally talking 15 seconds after I just ended the last one. So, so Donald Trump is president. I was watching a video of him after, he did that White House thing, with Barack Obama, a meeting he had with the president. He was meeting the president after he got elected. And just, there's something about his body language. It just seemed like he was taking the gig seriously. He seems like he's going to take the job seriously. He came across as very nervous and even slightly submissive, if that makes any sense. He seemed to really respect the power of Barack Obama. That just tells me that, he has the capacity to feel. Maybe he's not a sociopath, as people say. He has the capacity to feel things, and the fact that he's nervous about, meeting the fucking president, it tells me that he's serious about it. He's going to take it seriously, so, that's a good thing. It's encouraging. I'm willing to give the guy a chance. It's just, he's always come off as slightly... car salesman-y. And the whole Trump University thing is kind of sketchy. But I'll just give him a chance. I'm open to it. Could be a good thing. It remains to be seen. 9:39 is the time, actually. I should have said that earlier. 10:10 the date. It's just coming out very loud on the waveform. I usually don't make journals quite this loud, but, that's fine with me. I turned it down slightly, but it's still going to be very loud. I was actually just upstairs having a slight hypochondriacal freak out. I was talking about this on the last journal, 10 minutes ago, but, I thought I had lupus. That's a recurring one that comes up from time to time. That's one of those things though where the symptoms are kind of vague, and it's easy to just think of your symptoms. Oh God, that's got to be what it is, because that's one of those things where it's just easy to attach. It attaches to anything because the symptoms of it tend to be broad and vague. So the thing is, though, like I said on the last journal, I run fucking 3 miles every other day, and, I'm a very active person, and I don't get fatigued or anything. I don't have any pain, not in pain. So I just, I don't see how I could, I just get vertigo every now and then, and, it upsets my stomach sometimes, and, that's it. I don't have any, major shit going on. Yeah, and sometimes I just feel just slightly sickly, but it doesn't really affect my life, so I don't see how I could have a serious autoimmune disease if I'm fine. I feel fine. And the symptoms get exacerbated by anxiety, so it's not like anything that's really going to hurt me. I always get this just now, actually, and I was talking about the politics. I always get nervous talking about that because it's you should be upfront about your opinions, but it's it's always that thing. It's you can always feel that pressure in your face. And I don't care how fucking brave you are. When you're feeling pressure in your face, you're going to stumble a little bit. It's not going to come out perfectly. With Donald Trump talking about, in the video I saw of him with Barack Obama, the first thing he said was, they were sitting next to each other, and Obama was talking for a while, and then Trump started talking, and he said, "Thanks, President Obama," but he said it in a very, his tone of voice was it just came off as very nervous. And it's no, I don't care who you are. With pressure in your face, you're not going to come off as, smooth. Like you're going to have like a hushed voice, and it's going to sound nervous. I don't care who you are. You're going to sound nervous if there's pressure in your face. And there's just nothing you can do about it. The most brave person in the world is going to have a little nervousness in their voice. And I don't know if that's just something that I notice about people that other people don't notice, but I could just I can feel people's nervousness when they're talking. And I could just feel how they're feeling. Like just their tone of voice is a big thing with me. I can hear, I can feel what they're feeling as they're talking. That's self-aggrandizing, humble bragging. I don't want to get too carried away. I'm not. Well, I'm just getting in dangerous territory here. I'm really not. So now I'm going to make an ass of myself. But yeah, it's like I can feel what people are feeling when they talk, just based on their tone of voice. But I'm sure that's the thing that everybody has. But maybe not everybody says it because, people don't always say what they're thinking, what they're actually thinking. And so, the internet is usually good for somebody pointing those things out. Like when somebody's, nervous or just coming off as they have some fucking thing in their tone of voice. Usually people can detect that. So it's probably not just me. Like if there's somebody that, and I'm always afraid that it's me that has the fucking annoying voice. But yeah, just sometimes you watch videos and people, you can tell what their intentions are just by their tone of voice and how they phrase things. And it's just, it's really, you can't get away with being ingenuine anymore. The days of the 80s comedians like Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks was actually kind of a culprit of this. That sort of Joe Rogan. Well, Joe Rogan got it from him, but just that sort of in your face sort of stuff. You can't get away with that anymore. You cannot, in this day and age, get away with being ingenuine anymore. It's impossible because it's just, the people are more subtle in their perceptions just because of the amount of information available. People's perceptions are more tuned subtly. So, if you're trying, I don't know about that because a lot of bad pop music makes it to the top. That's more younger people are consuming that stuff, but I don't know. It just feels like people's tastes are more subtly tuned and smarter because of the internet, and because of that, it's impossible to be ingenuine anymore. If you want to make it, you better be real, son, because you ain't fooling anybody anymore. Yeah. So, and that's a good thing. I just want to point that out because if you're being ingenuine doing things, then why the fuck are you doing them? Believe me, I fucking ask myself this every day. So why are you doing what you're doing? What is the reason? And, sometimes it's a shallow fucking reason. Not all the time, but most of the time. Yeah, most of the time I'd say I do things for shallow reasons. Like that, it's probably for a shallow, just, admitting that I do things for shallow reasons was shallow because, I want to make you think that I'm some great person. And, it's kind of hard to transition out of that one. Fake laugh. All right. Wow, we're almost up to 20 minutes. I can't believe I was talking all that time for 20 minutes. Didn't feel like I was going to get it done. Didn't feel like I was going to have the easy time getting it done. I don't know if it was easy. It wasn't difficult, though. I'm a wily vet of these fucking journals, so, I ain't going, I don't want to say that because tomorrow I'll come down here and I'll fuck up badly. But, I'm usually pretty good about, not stopping talking. It's a skill I've developed over the years. And, unfiltered, too. I get the inner critic thing all the time, but I've learned to navigate it much better. Okay, 20 minutes. That was douchey thing to say, the last thing. Okay, 20 minutes. Goodbye. Or 10 minutes. Goodbye, so. Alright, goodbye.